Okay, so let's talk a bit about SQL migrations, okay? Database migrations. So that's just a fancy way of saying that we want to automate the creation, deletion, and updating of our database. So in the previous series, we used a text file and we wrote all our create table commands. And then we simply run that in PostgreSQL. What we want to do in this series is to show you how we can automate that process where we can, let's say for example, we want to update our table to have a new column. We could do that by simply using a migration. So in essence, we want to automate the process. And this allows us to have the ability to roll back. So let's say, for example, we find out that there is a problem in our updated table. We can easily revert to some previous version of our working table. Now, to actually work with database migrations, we need to install the Migrate tool. And so I did a quick Google search, Google Migrate tool for Linux. And this second listing here, Migrate README, gives us a way to actually install the Migrate tool. Now keep in mind, for each language, they have their own migration tool. So this one is for specific to Go, right? And so to install the Migrate tool for Go, we need to run this command. Okay, this is for Linux. It has for Mac OS, and of course it has for Windows. So let me copy this. Okay, and I'll open my terminal. Okay. Now there's a few things I need to change before I can use the tar command. I need to specify the platform. So notice it has a $sign platform. So it's asking me which platform. Well, we're using Linux, so I will replace this with Linux. Any more $signs? Yes, right here, where it says the version of the Migrate tool. Okay, so let's remove this $sign. And let's see what version we should be using. So let's click on Release Download. And the latest version is version 4.15.2. So I will go back and I will use that for the version. Okay, so V 4.15.2. Okay, so this is the command we need, and again we're going to use curl. And let's before I do that, let me we have too many $signs. So let me come back here. Okay, and let me copy this because I want to be in my downloads directory. Okay, so let me cd downloads. Okay, so we're gonna download the Migrate tool into our downloads folder, a directory. Okay, let's see how long this takes. Okay. All right, so we have the Migrate tool right here. And what we want to do is to actually move this Migrate tool. So if I say Migrate --help, okay, right, doesn't quite give me the answer. So what I want to do, I want to move the Migrate tool from where it currently is in the downloads folder into the bin directory so that it can be accessible. So I'm going to simply do sudo and I'm going to move migrate into /usr/local/bin. Okay, my password. Oops, wrong. Try again. Okay, good. So let me go back to my home directory and let me issue the migrate -- help, and let's see if it recognizes it. Okay, great. So it recognizes it. Okay, so we now have the migrate tool installed, and so we can proceed in the next video, in the next lesson, to show you how to use this migrate tool to actually create our tables for our schools database. I'll see you in that next lesson.